on this computer.
There it goes.
Hey, Kyle.
Hi, Matt.
Did you get a haircut?
You know, I do the in-home haircut. My wife has cut my hair for years, so I was quarantine-proof on that off the get-go.
Oh, I just got my first post-quarantine haircut.
At an actual barbershop or in tradition?
Well, I mean, it's not like it doesn't have like the spinning barber poles and disgusting combs. It's a woman who has her own salon, but yes. Barbershop technically, in the same way that Tough Mudder is a mud run. my woman owns a barbershop.
This is going to be an interview about broad generalizations.
Yes, that's what I like to do.
I love it.
Yes,
How was the experience?
Well, I mean, she was great. She wore a mask, and I said I have a mask and I can put it on, but I think that would disrupt the thing. She, like many people, which is I know why people tuned into the show, it's a very 2020 situation. Like, her and a friend rent a space, basically like the WeWork of haircutting places, you know what I mean? Like, and this whole building that I go to is full of these, like 7 or 8, because why give X percentage to some corporation?
Right.
And especially now, she said that you make even less if you work for a big salon because they can only have, your hours are split up. And
what you're telling me is you don't go to Super Clips or Super Cuts or
I take my sons to them. They're fine. They're 11 and 6. They can get a great clips haircut, but someone does a good job, and it's more than worth it to make me camera ready, as we say.
I love it. I love the new sign you've got back there, by the way. Safety is our number one.
It sure is in this house. Absolutely. 100%. It's always been that way, and it always will be.
I feel a new ORM t-shirt coming on
there. But I am going to Jacksonville this weekend.
When do you leave?
I leave on Friday morning. I was gonna drive, and then I decided that my desire to be in the car that long, like I just drove to an event a couple weekends ago, and it's too much for me, man. So taking the short flight, less than an hour flight to Jacksonville, Florida.
You can get a flight from Atlanta to Jacksonville?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Does the plane have actual like jet engines, or is it like little propellers that?
Dude, Atlanta is the biggest hub in the world, dude. One of the biggest hubs.
It's like a 3-hour drive, though.
If it was 3 hours, I would go. It's closer to 6.
From Atlanta to Jacksonville. Wow. All right.
Maybe it's 5. It's too long. Now you're making me Google it. Let's see. It is, in fact, 5 hours and 20 minutes. F that noise, because that's 6+. Right. That's 6+ with bathroom and coffee stops for me.
That's fair. I fly to Boston, so I can't complain.
That's a 3-hour drive.
Yeah. Well, it's a 3-hour drive in the middle of the night and no traffic.
Exactly.
It's a 7-hour drive on a regular day.
Exactly. Which bridge do you go over?
Ooh, I go far north. I like to take the Tappan Zee.
Ooh, the Tappan Zee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Going to the Bronx is overrated.
You don't mess with GW.
No, not a chance. It's an amateur move.
Okay, let's talk about what exciting news we're about to break here on Tough Mudder. If you don't already give this to the ambassadors, then it's all over the internet by tomorrow anyway, but it's usually what you do. But
are you feeling like the second fiddle?
I just that's always how it goes. You're like, okay, don't tell anybody. We're going to embargo this, and then the ambassadors post it within a moment of you giving it to them, and so it just sort of takes away from my job a little bit. That's all.
Well, you can post this whenever you want. You can post it right now. You can post it tomorrow.
Oh, really? I thought I was going to have to wait till tomorrow. I'll totally do it today.
Do it today. Tomorrow, we're rolling out virtual Toughest Mudder.
Yes.
So globally, US, UK, now on the same weekend that the Midlands and Chicago Toughest Mudder was anticipated to be August 22nd, 23rd. Unfortunately, those events can't happen this year, due to COVID restrictions in both of those markets. But we are going to get as close as we possibly can as mimicking the Toughest Mudder experience. So 12
How
hours.
are we going to do that?
Well, I mean, you pretty much figured it out for us, right? Like, you did all the hard work. Look at that shirt. Look at that shirt.
I know, right? Amazing.
Fancy.
I'll send you one of these. What do you think? What size do you wear?
Medium. Bring
Okay.
it on.
Are you a real medium?
Well, I'm a medium. It makes it look better, right? You know, the tighter the shirt.
I'm going to go ahead. Let me just go ahead and guess. I'm really good at this. Okay. Kyle McLaughlin, you are either 5'11" and a half or 6 even, correct?
6 even. Good job.
And you weigh 182 pounds.
185. Pretty spot on.
Right. And I haven't even seen you in months, but I just remember from being near you.
Wow. You, my friend, have a talent for sizing people up. A unique talent. You could add that to your resume.
Right.
ORM podcast host and oddly good at guessing your body.
I mean, seriously, you would not have won the prize if we were at a fair, right?
You would have got the little goldfish in a bag or whatever you walk away with from that challenge.
No. I'm the person. You walk away with nothing. You gave me $4. I guessed you wrong, right?
Oh, this is like one of those Zoltar booths where you're Zoltar and I'm the poor chap. Who gets
have you never been to a Six Flags before?
Do you know what a state fair looks like in New Jersey? It's a terrifying experience.
I thought we covered this in the last one. I thought you grew up in Florida.
I did, and they're even more terrifying in Florida. Have you seen Carol Baskin?
We discussed this last time.
We did. Well, she's terrifying too. State fair is not my jam.
Okay, so getting back to the topic at hand, how, other than my genius idea of the 5 mile loops, how are you adding the Tough Mudder spin to it?
So we will, first of all, be doing it at a regulated time overnight, similar to how Toughest works. So we'll start at 8 p.m. local time in the UK. We'll start at 8 p.m. Central time here in the US. So for a period of about 5 hours, we'll have people running, globally simultaneously. You will have 5 mile loops, just like a Toughest. You will have obstacle challenges to complete in between those 5 mile loops. Some of them, a little bit more average things. Some of them a little bit, outside the box. Some of them will announce ahead of time, and others, will be spontaneous. You'll have no warning, and you'll get them when you pop back in from your 5 mile loop. We'll have a shopping list sent out ahead of time, so you'll need to procure some supplies and sell some things at home. But it'll be the closest experience we can deliver to a 12-hour Toughest event this year, and people still have the chance to put your bib on, earn your headband, earn your medal, get your.
So you're gonna mail me my bib?
I'll mail you your bib.
Okay.
I will do you one better, Matt Davis. I personally will mail you the bibs. They are in my house right now. I am packaging them up with handwritten notes, sending them out myself.
For just the US ones though, not UK.
Correct.
Giles will do those. Giles or his team.
Giles will do those. But you gotta,
So you're gonna do you're gonna do the Zoom thing for in between.
Yeah, we'll have Zoom thing for in between where we may still working on tracking. It'll be some version of Strava. Active's got some technology we may use as well from the virtual race tracking.
Now listen, this is not why I brought you on this call, but I'm not sure if you're aware, but we've built some pretty amazing technology. Like, I don't know if you saw our leaderboard, but everybody loved it.
I heard you've got the fanciest Google Doc in all the land.
No. The second time we had a real no. The first time was the Google Doc. Have you not seen it?
No.
We're gonna go real time. You ready?
Are you gonna do a screen share in the middle of this? I love it.
All right, just like you're at work, right? Just like you're at work. Hang on.
Davis is sharing his screen.
Hey, let me open it first. So let's go to, what's it called? Ultravirus race. All right, watch this magic happen, buddy. Wait till you see this magic happen. Share screen. Ready for this? Okay, so we go to leaderboard. And here's the race that happened. And here is your thing. Now, this all populated afterwards, the age group and stuff, but we can have it populate during. So here you see the total number of laps. Audio listeners, sorry, but there's a total number of laps, and then below it is a little bar, so you can see how far you are behind the leader. There's 80 miles, there's 70 miles. And when you click Devin, for example, all of her Strava links pop up. Look at that. Is that amazing?
You, Matt, you cracked the code. You're a fancy fellow.
We have cracked the code, and everybody loved it. It was much easier than the first time Google Sheets. We got obviously sort by men, sort by women, and it's real time. We did do some investigative work afterwards. So we told everyone that it was temporary or not official till it was over. But yeah, if you want to talk afterwards, people really liked it.
I love it. Did you enlist the guys from Marathon Investigation? Have you heard of them before?
Of course I have. I just interviewed that guy.
He's a maverick, a genius in his own right.
He really is. And he's finally, I think, starting to get the credit he was due. SI, you saw that, I'm sure, released the big porta potty guy.
Yep.
Story. I haven't read it all the way yet. It's a lot. But first of all, Sports Illustrated, I was trying to read this story and I was bombarded by so many ads. I could not believe it. Like, print media is so horrible. Like they give you this horrible user experience on their website because they're so desperate for cash.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we were. So but we just wanted to have a clean top 10. And so the way we best did that was we investigated everybody in the top 20 because, if you check 15 people, then what about the 16th person's place, right? Now they're in the top 15 and you just keep going forever. So we figured, look, if we do the top 20, we know our top 10 is clean, our top 10 is clean. And we did the best we could. And yes, we had people who outright cheated and we had people who just didn't understand the process or did something wrong. But overall it went really, really well.
Nice. And you're doing another one, right? Coming up
doing one more, but this isn't about me. I want to talk to you about toughest mutter and how that's going to affect, like, I'm going to get a bib mailed to me ahead of time and then a headband mailed when I finish. How does that, or mileage?
So you get to, it's a choose your own adventure sort of setup here. So if you had a ticket for an original 2020 toughest event, either LA, Philly, Chicago, or Midlands in the UK, you will get free basic entry into the virtual toughest, which is just the digital version. You get to participate, all the tracking and everything. You can get the bib for $10 if you want the bib, and then we'll get that out to you as soon as you do that online, and that includes shipping and everything off of that. And then the recognition kit is a $20 add-on. So basically,
what's a $20 add-on?
The recognition stuff. So you'll get the toughest headband, the toughest medal, your mileage patch, based on the mileage that you do, and we'll verify those. And then we're also throwing in the limited edition 10th anniversary headband, which nobody's been able to get their hands on yet this year as part of that package.
Looking forward to getting that. So
if you want to just come and do the basic version, at $10, if you don't have the toughest ticket, free if you already have the toughest ticket. Your toughest ticket still rolls over to next year anyway, so you get a little bit of an added bonus for your investment there. And then you get to choose what swag you want to take home on top of it.
Okay. And this will be what date? Same
date?
So
August 2nd, 8 p.m. local time to when the toughest in that country would have been. So 8 p.m. British time in the UK.
I want to say that I think I sent you a note. I sent one to Eli and Nolan. I said, "Dear God, do I appreciate you guys more than I ever did." I also said the same thing to my friends at Spartan. When one is a race director, the amount of questions you get that range from, answers that are right in front of their face that they could have gotten from just looking at the website to insane things like, I can't do it as you've prescribed. I want to do it these 40 different ways. And why can't I do that?
Yep. Welcome to the curse of the job. So, but we love
including messages like, what if it rains in my town on that day? What should I do?
You should get wet.
And that's what I said. That's what I wrote. I believe you'll get wet, winky face. And she got very upset with me. I thought the winky face got me off the hook. Because the other response was, if it rains for a few hours, we'll just scrap the whole day. And then we'll just do that for every town. And then everybody gets a makeup day until we run out of days of the year, basically. But yeah, an awful lot of ridiculous questions, an awful lot of, I caught you cheating, and here's your ridiculous reason why I didn't cheat. It's a lot of stuff, man. It's the question becomes like, why? Like, especially if there's no prizes involved, it's like, for Instagram likes, like, why would one fib? So anyway, I really feel for you, buddy, that anybody who runs a race company where timing is involved and
it's a chosen vocation. But no, we're pretty excited about it. There's a lot of people who have come out with virtual races, virtual products over the past couple of months. We took our time. We didn't want to it.
I think
A
that
lot
was
of things
smart.
out there that are, yeah, a lot of things out there that are kind of cheap, right? Like, I don't want you to run around your block and post your Strava link and get your mail in get your medal in the mail.
They don't even want your Strava link usually. It's just send us $25, we'll mail you a medal.
Yeah, at which point, like, go buy something off the merchandise site, right? Like, take a sweatshirt home with you. We're going to do stuff that builds community. So we got another product coming out. We're going to talk more about it next week. Tough Mudder Challenges is what it's called. So lots more details to come. But unlike any other virtual product you've ever seen, it'll become a permanent part of the Tough Mudder suite. This is not just a thing we're going to be doing during the kind of COVID event outage here, but a chance for you to participate in a pretty integrated month-long challenge that will happen globally. And you'll be able to track yourself against completion, against leaderboards, and not just running, not just obstacles, but elevation challenges, maybe some food challenges in there, some interesting integrations. So fun stuff coming. And
food challenges.
That's all I'm saying for right now, but we'll share more about that next week.
Is a Holy Grail still on the table?
Definitely still on the table. So this virtual toughest will count towards your 2020 Holy Grail. Depending on where the rest of the season lands, you'll be able to get toughers in at those events, and then World's Toughest. And if we have to go virtual for those options too, then we'll definitely get that on board. But we're committed to making sure we can deliver a Holy Grail experience for people that want to do that this year. And earning your Holy Grail in 2020 is going to be a unique badge of honor in and of itself.
But I hope there's not a virtual World's Toughest. It's the one ticket that I'm not canceling. Like I got my hotel for, I almost said, where is it? Houston? I almost said Dallas. Where is it?
Ooh, if you got your hotel in Houston, you're going to be.
Is it in Dallas? Where is this event? Okay.
It's in Dallas.
Check my Expedia. Maybe I got the wrong city. It's the one event that I'm like, come on, guys. Come on.
Oh, we're right there with you. So, I mean, Dallas, look, it's in November. There's a long way to go. If you think about this, like, we've only been in this for 90 days now?
Is that it?
Yeah, 3 months ago.
God.
March 12th, is when lockdown started up here in New York. It's only June 10th. You think about what's going to happen 5 months from now, 6 months from now, a lot of things are going to change. Things are going to continue to evolve. So we're working closely with the government in the Dallas area, the guys in the county, trying to figure out what this looks like. We know that people want to book travel. They got to start training. So, we're going to try and continue to communicate direction on that as soon as we can. But I'm going
to go ahead and say half of your field at WTM doesn't train anyway. They plan to, but then they don't. So, it just becomes an event to just make it through, right? Oops, I forgot to train for World's Toughest.
It may just turn into you and me and 500 people camping in the middle of the field and running around in circles all night. But
because we can't get permits to do anything else, you mean?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I like that. I mean, really, I do. I do feel like World's Toughest has a chance to be this like end of the year like party / celebration. Because like even if Spartan pulls off Greece and we don't have to get into it because I know you're an employee, even if we get into it, it's just a different event and it's just not gonna have the same kind of. It's more of an elite event and blah blah blah. And World's Toughest is like everybody. It's like the people's event. You know what I mean? So if we get to do that together after being tucked away for so long and missing, and even though many of us will have done at least a race before then, we certainly wouldn't have seen the TM community.
Yeah, looking forward to that for sure. Yeah, can't wait to get back out there.
Will there be prizes available for this virtual toughest?
No prizes. I mean, we'll recognize winners and age group winners, but no prizes. So Tough Mudder is about completion, about doing it as a team, Matt. Not about winning. We've talked about this.
Are you going to redo the pledge for the virtual
event?
You want
prizes, go run a Spartan race.
Exactly. Aroo your butt off. Are you guys rewriting the pledge, I heard, for COVID? No?
Are we rewriting the pledge for COVID? Wow. I don't know that we would rewrite the pledge. I mean, there may be some additional pledges about like don't do anything dumb.
Right.
But no, the pledge is the pledge. People got that tattooed on their body. We can't rewrite it now.
I mean, I don't know that that's the number one thing too. And people tattoo a lot of things on their body that aren't like, oops, I'm not dating this girl anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, but to get the Tough Mudder pledge, I mean, there's size limits. You gotta have like a 10-inch by 10-inch to get your free lifetime pass. So people have committed to a lot of real estate there. It's a lot of laser removal to do if we have to.
If somebody gets an ultra-virus rates tattoo, I don't know what I will give you, but I would give you something.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Davis has offered you a nebulous prize if you get his virtual race t-shirt tattooed on your body.
Listen, man, COVID, who knew the world was, that the world was going to turn this way? If you asked me that I was going to put on a virtual race, I would have said, you're crazy. Why would I want to do that?
Oh, look at you. You're a groundbreaker. You figured it out.
Right.
Gave the people what they wanted. But no, we're pretty excited about being able to deliver some Tough Mudder community authentically when we can't be together. So it's the biggest thing we've heard feedback from customers. They want to be with each other. They want to be a part of the community. We're going to do that the only way we know how, which is make you run around like crazy in the middle of the night.
So let's just go ahead and peek. What current events are still on the table? The first event, it says Colorado. That was the one that was added right when all the COVID stuff first happened, right? That was like, it was off, then it was back on.
Colorado was never off. We were still working on the venue after all the chaos of the winter time. So no, Colorado is not going to happen. It's still, the link is still on the website so that people can access the event page for information. But I'm assuming if you click through there, you'll see that it says postponed to next year. Right now in the US, Tri-State, Seattle, Dallas, World's Toughest Mudder, and SoCal are still on the calendar for the back end of the year. And then in the UK, we've got London South, Scotland, Northwest, and then the London City Series event are still on the calendar.
So sorry. So Tri-State is gone.
Tri-State's on. No,
Tri-State's on. Why did somebody say Tri-State was off?
I think that was Spartan Tri-State. Maybe got moved around.
Right. Toronto is on.
Toronto, yeah. So Canada has clamped down on any live events through well into the fall at this point. And we run out of good weather up there pretty quick. So it wasn't a chance to move that past September.
So wait a minute. So Toronto isn't on? I'm trying to say what's actually happening now.
Yes. What's actually happening is Tri-State in New Jersey.
Right.
Seattle.
Right.
Dallas.
Right.
World's Toughest Mudder.
And then SoCal.
And SoCal in the US.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like Texas is the place to be, right? Well, Seattle as well. Yeah, you don't want to be. It's going to be cold, man. September's going to be. Seattle could be very cold. But people are used to doing that for Mudder.
Yeah, that Seattle event's been in September for some time. It's a historic weekend for us there. So did you think to maybe those events that aren't still happening, just remove them from the website completely and just have it say, "Whoops, nothing to see here"? Have you thought of maybe doing that? We're going to keep those links up for a little bit longer because people need to get access to the cancellation.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a
lot of people also don't get the emails, or they go to junk or spam, so they go clicking on the website for information. They don't want them to just get there and not see anything.
Well, and I don't think it's also these 2020 events. You can feel confident in booking these, right? Atlanta already has a date. Missouri, Philly, like these are
2021. Yeah, so we're rolling out a full 21 event calendar for next year. And we've got probably 60% of it up already. The rest of it's going to be coming over the rest of June, but we're aiming before the 4th of July to have pretty much all of the US and UK calendars.
I mean, we typically would never be looking at 2021 this early in our year, but now we are because we've missed so much stuff. So I think that's smart to get that all out there.
Well, people need something to look forward to, right? You want to set your sights on something, you want a goal to commit to. It's also the best price you're going to get right now, where flex tickets are still being offered. We typically only do those once or twice a year, but during COVID, we've had those up. You can buy a ticket that you can use for any 2020 or 2021 event. And we're still keeping transfers open pretty fluidly, at least for the foreseeable future here. Oh,
look at this. World's Toughest is back in Atlanta in 2021. That's awesome. I'm so glad we could break that news here.
Yeah? What about you? Would you hosting World's Toughest in your backyard?
It's totally coming back. That's not true, ladies and gentlemen. But they do have events deep into 2021. Including Philly Toughest and Chicago Toughest.
Yeah, Philly, Chicago Toughest, and we are hoping also to get back to Southern California for the third toughest on the U.S. calendar next year as well. We're hoping to roll that venue out in the next couple weeks.
All right, so August 8th.
August 22nd.
August 22nd.
You're a great details guy, Matt. August 22nd, virtual Toughest Mudder all around the globe. You can sign up starting tomorrow. If you already had a Toughest ticket for this year, you'll get a code for us to sign up for free. Pick the swag you want to take home with you, and we'll see everybody out there overnight on August 22nd.
All right, perfect. I just hit pause.